Hey friends, it's Quenby, the Grateful Queen here on YouTube. Welcome back for another reseller community night live at 5 every Friday here on the channel. It is November 19th. We are like getting close to the holidays. It seems like suddenly everyone is talking about Thanksgiving, which is next week, and Christmas. It's like it is on. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome, welcome. If you are in the chat, I'll have a live chat up or in the comments of this video. Let me know what is happening in your week of reselling. Reseller Community Night is all about friends who resell getting together to talk everything about reselling. If you're new to the channel, I'm Quenby. I'm a part-time reseller. I've been selling on eBay for 10 years. I started out selling my son's baby clothes, and then it really grew into a business. And now I sell kind of a little bit of everything, mostly clothes, fashion, shoes, handbags, that kind of stuff. But I've sold a little bit of everything over the years. So let us know in the chat or the comments, where do you sell? What are you selling? And how are sales going right now for you? I've been on eBay for 10 years. I also sell on Poshmark. I think it's been at least 3 years over on Poshmark. I sell digital products on Etsy. And recently, within the last few months, I started selling on Thredup. So reselling is a side hustle gig that I love. I'm a full-time psychotherapist, and I have another channel called The Grateful Therapist if you're interested in mental health, personal growth type content. I see some friends coming in. I'm so happy to see you. Sorry I missed last week. While I'm waiting for some friends to come in and waiting for your questions and comments in the chat, I always, I'll talk a little bit about my week, and then I want to hear all about your week in reselling. I always use the chat, questions and comments about reselling online to kind of guide this video. It's a pretty casual friends meeting and talking about their week in reselling. So let me know how it's going for you. For me, I shared about this on Instagram. I am doing 2 weeks without coffee. Did you hear what I said, friends? 2 weeks without coffee? Let me know if you're a coffee drinker. I have quit before in the past, but I'm doing another 2 weeks of no coffee. I'm someone who struggles with migraines and headaches and some chronic pain stuff. I don't talk about that a lot here, but my headaches got kind of worse, so I'm doing a couple weeks with coffee to see what the role of caffeine is. And I'll tell you, I have not been as productive. I think once I kind of wean myself off, I'll be better. But this has been kind of a slower week for me because I just don't have like the same energy that I usually get from coffee. So let me know where you guys are at with that. Gosh, it was fun to hear everyone's like caffeine coffee stories over on Instagram. For a lot of us, it's like a lifestyle thing, the coffee. Deborah is here from Timeless Jewel by Deborah. Hi, how are things going with you? And Brandy, who I haven't seen in a little while. It's so great to see you. What's going on with you? Where are you getting inventory these days? And Mo is here saying good evening, everybody. Hi from Albuquerque. And my friend James from the Antique Boutique is here. Thank you so much for joining, friends. I'm in Northern California, and it is like a gray, rainy, dark by 4 o'clock kind of day. So it's like, it shows how much I love you that I was willing to like put on a shirt and a little bit of makeup and come do this live, because it's one of these days where I'm like, I just want to sit in my sweatpants and hang out. I was working today on packing up another Thredup not rescue box. Those are the ones I buy. Another Thredup kit. So I'm in the process of packing one of those up today, which I make a big, huge mess all in my kitchen. There's clothes everywhere and like lint rollers, and Peter's going to come home and be like, what happened in here? It's like, well, I was choosing to work in the kitchen today. So he's going to walk in and it's going to be a mess. Hi, Goddess Threads. How are things going with you? Be sure to introduce yourself again in the chat and let people know where you are in the country, what platforms you sell on, and how things are going. I know a lot of us show up each week, but it's good to kind of reintroduce ourselves. There's new people all the time. And Sarah's here saying, hey, sorry I missed last night. I don't know what that was. I wasn't on last week. Oh, last Friday. Yeah, that was, she said it's freezing here in Lake Charles. Finally headed back to Houston tomorrow. Oh, cool. And Brandy said, yeah, I need to ditch the soda, LOL. So a lot of people get caffeine from different sources. Some people, it's like those energy drinks. Some people, it's soda, coffee, tea. So I'm still doing tea because I've never had a hard time with tea, black, green, whatever, matcha. But coffee has kind of like messed with me over time, but I'm really addicted. You realize how addicted you are when you try and stop. It's like, oh my gosh. Margaret Curtis is here and she says, hi, I love Thredup. Good, because I could talk about Thredup. Like, I love talking about Thredup right now because it's something newer for me. And I've talked about this a little bit before. Let me know how you guys are. But I'm someone who needs to keep learning and growing and doing all new things in my business frequently. Like, I love to do my steady thing, but in order to keep it challenging and interesting and motivating, I'm always trying new things. And I share all those things with you. Maybe they'll work for you, maybe they won't, because we all have very different businesses. We all have very different accesses to inventory. We have different budgets for sourcing inventory. We are all different. Some of us are on disability. Some of us have kids. Some of us work full time, so it's different for all of us. So I did put out a video this week. And it was all about selling on Thredup and selling on Thredup now in 2021, 2022, because it's not the same it was a year ago. If you were thinking about a year ago, it's a different platform now. So I tried to share everything I could in that video and answer all your questions that I've been getting. And I'm really excited about selling on Thredup. I'm up to $1,600 I've made on there so far. I go all into the nitty-gritty details on the video. So let me know if you have more questions or anything I can help with. Deborah says, I drink a pot of coffee a day. Do you really? Like, how many cups is that? And Sarah says, no coffee regularly for me, but it's hot cocoa time. I wish I could be like, get into just the hot cocoa. Maggie's here. Hi. Happy Friday, Quemby and friends from Indiana. So we've already got, I know we have Southerners here. We've got our New Mexico friends. I see Kelly just came in. Hi, Quemby. Happy Friday. So we've got our New Mexico folks. We got James in Texas. And Sarah was saying where she is. She's on her way back to Houston. So we've got people from all over. I just totally love that because, it gives us real perspective. It's really different, your reselling game, depending on where you live. Like, where you live affects your ability to resell in so many ways, which is why I always talk about not comparing yourself to other resellers, because you have no idea what their access is to inventory. Like some people can go to the bins and buy stuff really inexpensively by the pound. Some people, when I watch your thrift hauls on YouTube or Instagram, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe what you can get for $2.99. That's amazing. It's super expensive where I am. So I make choices for myself and my business based on where I live. Because thrift stores here in Northern California are so high priced that I buy a lot of mystery boxes. I never thought I'd be doing that. But it's what's kind of evolved over time. It's what kind of works for me. Mo says, I'm drinking coffee right now. I hate to say it. I know. I love you, hate you. And it's nighttime. Like, I have friends who can drink a cup of coffee after dinner at night and still go to sleep. I'm very affected by coffee. Like, I get a little jittery and amped up, which I love because I love buzzing around my house working, moving my inventory, taking some photos, listing some stuff. I love that energy. But the problem with me is I just want like more and more and more coffee. I'm like, I think I'll have another coffee. And I have this amazing espresso maker, which I think of as a reseller tool because I need it for my business to like be on the coffee, but it's probably not good for me. I think I'm at least going to give myself a few weeks, see how I'm doing, and then evaluate. I'm hoping that I can do coffee sometimes, but I just don't think I'm someone who can drink 2 or 3 cups a day like some of you. How do you do it? James says, I drink only 2 cups of coffee a day. Y'all need to exercise self-control. Oh, and each cup is a 44-ounce. My self-control, don't judge. I know. I would do it if it wasn't a problem. Like, if I could get away with drinking that and I felt fine, I would do it. Like, I don't think there's any reason to reduce your caffeine intake if it works for you. The reason it's not working for me right now is because I'm having more headaches. And so it's like, oh, I think it's probably that whole combination of like, I don't eat as much when I drink coffee. So I get like low blood sugar, hypoglycemic, So if it works for you, I would drink tons. And it's worked for me at different times in my life, so it just kind of depends. Here's Barbara Babash. Great to see you. No coffee for me. I never liked it. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. What do? Do you do any caffeine? Like some people say no coffee, but they do soda or they do something else. There's caffeine in a lot of things, but I'm fine. And Deborah said, I was dragging today because I was up all night last night watching the lunar eclipse. You were like the coolest person with your, what's it called again? What's it called? Those nights you go to? Not transcendental. You've said it to me before, and when you say it, I'm going to be like, oh, I totally know. Paranormal. You do a lot of cool stuff. I can't wait for all of us to meet at some point, because I think we are like an interesting group. So I've been working on the Thredup stuff. I'm really excited about it. I made a video all about it. I'm packing up a box right now, and I'm learning so much, my friends. So do any of you do any type of consigning, whether it's Thredup, Real, consignment stores? Do you take stuff anywhere? Because the other thing I'm thinking that I might want to get into a little bit more is taking stuff to Plato's Closet or maybe a consignment stop in town, stuff that I don't want to deal with and it's kind of not worth listing. As a part-time reseller, I'm constantly evaluating because I feel like I have so little time to list that I'm in a phase where I'm looking at, is this worth listing? Is this worth my time to list? I always tell you guys, I'm a quick flipper. I do a lot of $10, $12, $15 sales and then some higher end sales. And that's fine. But every once in a while, I think you have to kind of reevaluate. Have any of you done, let me know in the chat or the comments, like, have you taken a look at your business and realized, hey, I'm not doing this anymore? Or, hey, I need to start doing this, or I need to be more accountable for this, or I've been doing this and I just don't think it's working. Like, that's one of the things you need to do as an entrepreneur and a business owner and being self-employed is I think you need to like step back and look at your store and closet sometimes, look at your practices and be like, is this working for me? You know? So I do that all the time. That's right, Deborah. Paranormal investigation. That is very cool. And Margaret said she forgot about the eclipse. And Brandy said, is Thredup still backed up? It depends what you mean by that. I took a sip too fast. It's still taking months to process a box. Sometimes, I talked all about this in the video, you guys. It's like, if you go on the site and you print a label, they'll tell you, hey, we're backed up. It might take 3 or 4 months to process your box. But the very most recent box that I sent in, like last week, they already processed. But I have boxes that are sitting there from months ago that they haven't processed. So I don't know how to answer that. Yes and no. I'm just sending stuff. I'm trying to send a box a week of filler stuff that I don't want to deal with. And Deborah says she consigns with the Real. So how is that going for you and how are you using it? Like I talked a lot in my video about how I'm using it, Thredup, what sort of stuff I'm sending and why it's working for me in particular. But is it when the Real, do you send a bunch of stuff? Do you just choose some designer stuff? How are you making it work? Oh, James says he thought of Barbara because Thredup opened up jewelry tonight for sale. I have not got that jewelry box in years. I mean, I think I got one or so and it wasn't good. And then so I was like, I'm just not getting the jewelry box. I bought a lot of jewelry from ShopGoodwill .com, their website. Have you looked at those lots if you're a jewelry seller? You can search by different type of lot. You can get huge lots. And they'll display it all out so you can look at the pictures. I got a lot of Southwest, like turquoise jewelry lots. And I loved those. I kept a lot for myself and I sold a lot. Have any of you guys done that? James says, I sell to the Real and I'm starting with a local consignment store soon. I've not done Real. I'm interested in it, but because the Real, it's called like higher end consignment. They'll take a bunch of stuff you might not consider higher end consignment, but it's mostly kind of higher end stuff. And I'm looking for a way to get rid of more like basic brands, mall brands, low end brands, filler stuff. If I get some nice designer stuff, I kind of want to sell it myself and make the most I can from it. But I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about that. And Deborah said she got 2 of the Thredup jewelry boxes earlier tonight. So tell us about selling jewelry. I think it's really interesting to think of different markets, to think of different things that you can sell. Like a couple years ago was like, I'm going to do more handbags. And you know what? They're selling right now. I've been selling, I don't know, 1 or 2 handbags a week, which is kind of more than usual for me. All those Coach bags, all kinds of bags. I think when we went into fall, it's November 19th, women who carry handbags, they tend to transition wardrobes and they're like, oh, it's fall and they want something new. So I find like fall is a really great time to have handbags listed. But I've only done a little bit with jewelry. And the only thing I really know as kind of like a tip is that it's been so much easier for me to sell jewelry that is name brand than just selling something based on keywords. So people are asking, how was that box? Hey, Keely. Hi, y'all. A little late, but I'm happy to be here with you. I'm happy to see you. Hey, that's my babe. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. For some reason, I'm still at work. You're always still at work, babe. It's only 5:17, but Peter has what I call a real job. And I don't mean that like, I don't mean a real job like our job isn't real, because being a reseller and online and e-commerce is 100% real. It's a lot of work. You make real money. But I say real job kind of tongue in cheek, like because he has a boss and he goes there and he has to meet with the boss, and the boss might say, hey, we've got a meeting. Can you be here at 6 a.m.? Peter's like, yeah, sure. Or, you know, he has defined hours. Like he does kind of like an 8 to 6 or 8 to 5. Whereas most of us, we might even work more hours than that, but it's on our own time clock, right? So I call that the real job. Not everybody is cut out to be self-employed. And I think that's something you really have to evaluate. Some of us have like regular jobs and sell part-time, but reselling online, I mean, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable at this stage. At this stage of my development, I'm 45. I have a 10-year-old son. I'm still in the like growing, gaining, saving stage, but I wouldn't feel comfortable just doing reselling for me personally where I'm at right now, because I think we work hard for the money, guys. It's a lot of work. Oh, here's Denise. I just checked Thredup for jewelry. They're no longer offering. I was on there today. They didn't even have the women's clothing box, which was shocking because I feel like every time I go on the Thredup website to buy rescue boxes, they always have the women's box. Like that's the most reliable one. They didn't even have it today. So I'm going to go back on Monday and take another look. I have one here, but my strategy is usually like I have one that I'm getting ready to film, and then I like to have another one on the way. I try and do like 1 or 2 Thredup boxes a month. And I'm really sticking to the women's boxes right now. What about you guys? Are you guys still doing shoes and handbags? I'm really just sticking to the women's stuff right now. Those boxes have been the best. And to be honest, I have a death pile of shoes built up. What are your secrets for selling shoes, friends? Barbara said, I bring my mature and comfort brands to a local consignment shop. I do pretty good. So I don't know what Barbara like means when she says mature comfort brands, but for me, that's like Chico's, Zenergy, probably like Loft, Talbot's, J. Jill. These are like my bread and butter brands that I love selling. But I wonder how much I could get sending those to a consignment store. And consignment, it's usually not like they pay you right out. It's usually you drop off the stuff, they accept certain things, right? And consignment, and then when it sells, you go back and pick up. So I have not done a local consignment store. I've done Plato's Closet, which they buy right from you, and it's usually a very low payout. But I haven't done a consignment. So that might be another way for me to start moving stuff. Deborah said, I love jewelry. I sell mostly on YouTube channel, Etsy, and eBay. Yeah, Etsy's probably a really good place. And Sarah says, I can't seem to do well with handbags or jewelry. I haven't tried much, but I have a ton of costume jewelry. So for you jewelry sellers, maybe you can offer some tips in the chat. And for people watching the replay of this live, I can tell you what I've learned. I feel like I have much more experience with handbags than I have with jewelry, but let's see what the chat has to say, because we have a lot of very experienced resellers. I only sell on Poshmark and eBay. I sell digital products on Etsy and then Thredup. But there are people in the chat that sell on Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, all the different platforms. So, and sometimes certain platforms you do better with certain things, like, so that might be a tip there. But I stick to, when I'm looking to buy handbags and jewelry, I try and stick to name brands. Costume jewelry for me is harder to sell because you often don't have a name brand that people are searching for. So you just have to put the details in. Like this necklace, for instance, I got this in a mystery box. I don't know what the brand is. It's actually really heavy. It feels like good quality, but I would have to list this with no name brand. And I would just have to put women's long chain necklace, turquoise stones, round oval. I might put like, I don't know, like turquoise. I might put like boho or something like that. Southwestern, but it's harder. It's harder. So what brand handbags and jewelry sell well for you guys? And with certain, like when I got the Coach bag lot on shopgoodwill.com, I got things that had a COA, a certificate of authentication, because a lot of people that buy online are afraid of getting scammed. They're always scam, like, is it authentic or whatever? So I felt more comfortable, even though Coach, I don't even really consider a designer. Do you guys? But I felt more comfortable having that COA because people message me on eBay and they're like, is this authentic or something? And I'm like, yes. But I liked having that COA. Misty, great to see you. Kelly says, I consign with Thredup, Plato's, and Uptown Cheapskate. Oh my God, the best name. Is that a franchise or is that just local to you? I consign with Thredup, Plato's, and Uptown Cheapskate. I love that. I send the Real boxes when I get 8 pounds. I think that's right, the Real. Their labels are for 8 pounds, and sometimes that's a box a month, and sometimes I can fill a box in a week. Oh, interesting. So the Thredup box is 30 pounds, and you guys, that is a ton. I try and hit very close to the 30 pounds every time because I'm paying Thredup for return assurance, so that I pay for them $10.99 to send anything back to me that they don't want. So I try and get as much in there. 30 pounds, it's usually like 30 to 40 items that I'm sending in. I like the idea of just 8 pounds. Do you have to pay on the Real to get your stuff back? Curious. Margaret said, I keep trying to get a fun box. Why? No, I'm just kidding. Kelly, who's in the chat, opened a fun box on her channel this week, I think. So you might want to go check that out. I don't understand the fun boxes. I guess they're just for fun, but I don't think I would buy. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think I personally, from the videos I've seen, I don't think I would buy a fun box to resell. I think I would buy a fun box for myself for fun, hoping to get some cute stuff, but I guess they're inexpensive. But I have not seen a lot of unboxings where I'm like, ooh, what a great fun box. I'm usually like, oh, that's fun. Not valuable. James says, I love the fun boxes. Why? Educate me. Why should I try a fun box? Hey, Mickle Pickle. We got a lot of people in and out real quick tonight. I haven't been as consistent with these Friday shows, and I definitely notice it because when I do every Friday in a row, everybody shows up. When I do like, oh, I miss a Friday and then I miss a couple, like our numbers drop. So we have to let the community know that we're really back doing it. I want to do another holiday one. Do you guys remember the holiday show last year? We did a couple giveaways. We wore like holiday stuff. It was fun. I'd like to do another one in December. So I'd like to get a few people on that. Were you, Barbara and James, was that the holiday one you guys were on? Or was it a Valentine's one? Anyway, we did like a Christmas party. People gave away little things like some poly mailers or a gift card just for fun to give back to our community. And it's like our holiday work party. So I want to do that again in December. I'm thinking whatever works for people. I'm going to look at the calendar. Do you guys want to be on it again? I'm thinking like maybe the 10th or something. Or the 17th. I don't want it to get too close to Christmas because everyone will be busy. But let me know in the chat. Message me on Instagram if you want to be on. I'd love to have like myself and 4 or 5 people. Okay, Barbara Babash. Now, she's super knowledgeable. Jewelry needs to be branded to sell, or it will take forever to sell. There are lots of great jewelry brands that have followings. That's my experience too, and I don't have a lot of experience, but my like Chico's jewelry, my J. Crew jewelry now, that sold really well. Antique Boutique is saying Patricia Nash stuff does well. I've never found Patricia Nash in the wild. That's a Bolo brand, friends, for her leather. She does a lot of like tooled leather bags, expensive, and I've never found it. I've never found it. Like I could have got it online, but I've never found it at a thrift. Have you guys? Let me see if anyone else. Oh, Liz is here. Liz, realize you love that name. Great to see you. Glad you made it. Let me see, because I'm missing a bunch of stuff here. Margaret's saying to James, do you ever get the fun box? And he says, whenever I catch them randomly, James, why do you buy the fun box? Am I missing something with the fun box? Oh, Jenny is here. Hey, Jenny. I just got a rental retiree box. They all have the rent the runway tag over the label. Do I try and remove or sell as is? How did you get that box? Like, when was it up? Is there a rhyme or reason? Because I've never got, I believe, am I saying it right? The rental retiree box. Now, do those have flaws? Because I did see an unboxing and it was awesome stuff. Who was that? And I was like, that's awesome, but they had flaws, like a hole, a broken zipper. I am not going to do flaws. So can you let me know what you guys know about that box, the rental retiree box? They all have the rental retiree tag over the label. Do I try and remove it? What do you guys think? If it's like a clearance tag or not, or something like that, I would. Let me try and stay on the same theme, and then I'm going to switch because we have a few themes going. Let me see if there's anything else about that Thredup box. Barbara is suggesting to Jenny if you can remove them. What is it that you guys, what does it say on that tag, you guys? Oh, James says it's an inventory tag. So it doesn't have like a high price on there or something like that. So yeah. Okay, Mickle Pickle, Meredith. How is that Mickle Pickle, cutie bug? What does she want for Christmas? I got Rent the Runway box. I sold the items as is, and I paid to have some items repaired. It ended up being a bit of work, but I thought it was fun. See, I really like that. I'm not that type of reseller. Are you guys? Like, I'm probably not going to go to the tailor and say, fix this zipper or hole. I'm moving too fast. Like, I just don't know if I would do it. But I would be very excited to get the really, really high-end brands that I don't normally find, so I could see where it would be fun, but I don't want to do a lot of work. Do you guys? Let's see if there's anything else about that. Anything else about those Thredup boxes? Okay, and then I see James has a comment. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff. Let me just get on with it. Oh, what's she saying? I don't know this, Liz. Actually, on Thredup, the 30 pounds is for FedEx. If you can get your FedEx guy to take the box, you don't have a problem going over 30. Can you explain that more? Because I go to FedEx and I drop it off at FedEx because I didn't mention this in my video, but Thredup sellers, you can get USPS to take your box, but it's going to take way longer. If you get it to FedEx, it gets there quicker. Tip I learned from Rebecca, the reseller. I weigh mine before he takes it, and I always make sure it's under 30. You're saying that you can have it over 30? How? I thought the label that they purchase and provide is a 30-pound label. Let me know. Let me know if I'm understanding that right. Okay, now here's a little bit about the Real. So we're talking about several different things. We're talking about Thredup. There might be new people watching. I love getting inventory from Thredup, and I love selling to Thredup. The Real higher end consignment, I personally haven't done. I've been learning a lot from all you guys. So let's see. Liz says the Real sends your rejects back for free. I like that because on Thredup, we could do like a pros and cons because on Thredup, I pay to have my stuff sent back. And Kelly says, Kelly Schaffner, who I love, 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 the Real sends your stuff back at no charge. In the Real dust bags, bonus. I like dust bags. I don't know why. Like, you get a lot of dust bags if you buy like a designer purse or sometimes shoes, right? But like, and I like to think I'd be somebody who keeps my purses all nice and puts them in the dust bag when I'm not using them, but I do not. Like, I have some hooks where my purses are hanging now, and I'll just kind of change them out every once in a while, and I'll go back to my purse and it's like, Quimby, like, you need to clean this. And I have cleaning videos on good purses on my channel. It's like there's mints on the bottom and gum and pieces of tissue and an old lipstick. I don't have them all nice in a dust bag. I mean, I just have like Kate Spade and Coach and some like very nice leather bags, but not well-known brands. It's not like I've got a Louis Vuitton at home, although I've been looking at those. I've been looking at getting myself a Louis Vuitton on Posh. Anyway, Margaret wants the fun box for her. Okay, I get that. I get it. I mean, they're cheap, right? And they're like $30. Oh, Barbara, it was Christmas when you were on. I want to have our Christmas crew back on, or if anybody wants to come on one of the Fridays in December in the next few weeks, will you message me? And if no one messages me, I'll feel like, oh, and I'll just message you guys and say, will you be on? Okay, Mickle Pickle says, I thought I was going to stop sending boxes to the Real. And then I found a Christian Dior women's blazer this week at the thrift. So I need to get another box together for them. Yeah, it's a little bit of work as a reseller to figure out the best way to make the most profit on your item. So if you have a special item, let's say like what was it? A Christian Dior blazer. Some Christian Dior is like worth nothing and some is worth a good amount. Same with like Giorgio Armani and a lot of these brands. Depends on the item and the date. So you have to ask yourself, I have this Christian Dior blazer. Okay, if I sell it on myself, how much can I make? Well, what if I sell it on eBay versus Posh? Okay, well then there are some places like the Real and even Thredup I've learned where they have a certain audience and you might actually make more selling it through them, consigning it with them because of the audience, the type of consumer buyer that's over on the Real. So there's a lot of questions and a lot of research to this. Like that's one of the things I'm loving about being a Thredup seller right now is there's a lot of brands that just haven't ever sold well for me all these years on eBay and Posh, but they're selling great on Thredup. And I'm like, wow, okay, so when I get that item in my mystery boxes or I'm out thrifting, Ellie Tahari is one, Max Studio. There's just weird brands that do awesome over there. I just put them aside in my Thredup box. And when my Thredup box fills up once a week or so, I send it over. Oh, Deborah said, I got a Patricia Nash necklace in a Goodwill blue box. I did not know that Patricia Nash did necklaces. I've always wanted one of her purses. And Mo, who's in Albuquerque, so this makes sense, says, I love Patricia Nash. I collect it for myself and I source it. I love it. It's my favorite. I have her Patricia Nash in my closet right now. You do have stuff in your closet. What's your closet? I don't want to pay a lot though. I'm a reseller. I'm cheap. No, I'm not. I'll pay a lot for good stuff I want, but I've kind of wanted one of hers for a while. So what's your closet there, Mo? Put it in. Someone who's watching this later might want to come and look in your closet for that Patricia Nash. It can sell for a lot though, so get the most you can for it. Okay, let's see if I missed anything else down here. Jenny said none of these have flaws that I've seen. No, like a barcode almost. Yeah, it sounds like an inventory tag, like James is saying. I thought, somebody clarify this for me. Hey, Babette, I'm so glad you're here. Somebody clarify this for me. The box that Jenny is talking about, the Rent the Runway, is it flaws? I thought it was flawed. Or is it could be awesome, could have flaws like every other rescue box? I thought this specifically was items that have flaws. And James says, I won't do the Rent the Runway box again. Oh, I love you guys. I love all this info. Oh, friends are coming in. I know. I'm sorry I haven't been here, so people are catching us late. My friend Babette is here. Hey, everyone. I'm fixing a mistake I made on an order. I hate that I haven't made very many in 1,000 sales. What's the mistake? Listen, honey, we all do it. Like, I've been doing this so long, and it's like, I've got my stuff down. It's rare but it's like, we make mistakes. Fixing it, good customer service. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Boho Gal. Thanks for your Jomar code. I bought the leggings, new with tag, new without tag. Did you get it yet, or did you just order it? You know I love talking about Jomar. I am so into the Jomar, so let's talk about that. Gino's here. How's it going, and are you all moved in yet, or what? And Reseller Wendy, hey, girl. Is it crazy at the USPS? And CamXO. Hi, Quemby in chat. We are so happy to see you guys. Thanks for joining in. Hey, Dawn. She's saying hi to everybody. I'm so glad some of you guys made it. Okay, now everyone's starting to show up. 36. Yeah, what happens? It's my fault. You're on YouTube, in my experience, you really have to be super consistent so people know what's up. Last week, I got a migraine, which sucked, which I have often, but for some reason, I took the medicine at like 3, and I'm like, oh, no problem. My Live's Natural 5. I got so sick, and I'm like, I'm not a canceller. Like, I show up no matter what, but I could not show up last week. But I don't have any conflicts coming up. Although Thanksgiving's next week, I'm still around. I don't do anything, but I could probably still do next Friday. If you guys are around, let me know. Carrie T, hello. I just got in. I'm hoping everyone is having a great week. Carrie T has been doing on her YouTube channel live sales. I want to ask you, Carrie and others, do you think live sales, because that's super hot right now in the vintage community, all of a sudden, all the big channels, everyone's doing live sales. Do you think it would work with clothes, with clothing, fashion? Or does it only work, those live YouTube sales, with hard goods? I haven't seen anyone do it. I've only seen people. Gino does one. Gino does a live show. Where's here? Gino's Finds. He does, and he has guests on. Do you think it would work, Gino and Carrie, people who've done, would it work with clothes? Like, should we try one? Or is that like, because it's so size specific? What would work? Because I thought about trying it. Dust bags are handy. I don't have any dust bags. I said hi to Dawn and Wendy and CamXO and Carrie. So glad you guys joined us. Lindsay made it. How's it going, my friend? I've been thinking about you and sending love to you and your family. The Reselling Mama has made it in. Hello. And Valerie G. I know you guys are a little tardy, but I'm just happy you're here. I just answered a question for you, Valerie, tonight on YouTube. I saw a comment or question from you. So I know I just saw you. Can't remember exactly what it was in the moment, but I answered it for you. So hopefully you'll see that. Reseller Wendy, Quemby, yes, the post office is crazy already. Send some love to Reseller Wendy, who's a reseller and works at the post office. So shorthanded and bust. I work at least 2 15-hour days a week. That is nuts. Thank you so much for what you do. And you know what? The holidays are coming up. I was saying to my family, I'm like, okay, I need the Christmas list now because I want to order stuff. I want to start my orders and everything soon. I want to order more on Etsy this year. Do you guys shop on Etsy? Does anyone here sell on Etsy? I sell my digital stuff mostly. I have some reselling digital documents on Etsy, just a few, like my to-do list, like my reseller specific to-do list. But I sell my therapist documents on there. You guys, that business is booming. I'm making as much selling digital therapy documents on Etsy as I am selling on eBay every month now. Isn't that nuts? So, and I love shopping on Etsy. I bought my sister. So many of you know my dad died. God, it's been 6 weeks now, 7 weeks. Anyway, I bought my sister. I ordered a sister necklaces, and it has her birthstone with her initials and my birthstone and my initials on Etsy. They made them for us. So awesome stuff. There's Mom. Hello, it's me, your devoted mother. Love the energy going on tonight. Grateful Babette. That's Mom. We got to get another Mom show going. Maybe I could get her on the holiday show, but I don't know how. I'd have to teach her how to get live. We'll see. I'd love to have Mom on the show again. Everyone loves Mom. Everyone loves Mom. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. The comments have gone crazy. CamXO says she gets her planner inserts on Etsy. There's tons of stuff for resellers. You can just Google. You can get thank you stickers, specific poly mailers, all sorts of reseller tools, like specific to resellers. So I really like that. Carrie said the Real is now taking a longer time to list, 1+ months. They're shorthanded. That's the way it is. Lindsay said things are progressing in the right direction. Thank you so much for your thoughts. When we sending love your way for sure. Allison Cooper. Hey, Allison, what's up with you? So CamXO was saying, how is the turnaround with the Real? Do they still list your items pretty quick? So Carrie said a month or more. That'd be quick on Thredup. Let's see. Valerie said, I'm telling customers my holiday cutoff is 12/8. I felt so bad for my customers last year. That is actually really clever. So do you have it in your listing, typed out in your listing? If you want this by the holidays, you have to order from me by the 8th. And is that on what platform? Because on eBay, yeah, if it's first class, now you guys all know this, I'm sure, but first class mail is taking much longer now. The post office came out and said that they're increasing the time for first class mail. So I notice I'm starting to lean towards charging and doing priority mail on as much as I can. No one wants to pay that extra money, but otherwise it's going to take forever to get there. I don't know. Carrie said, I've had some great live sales and I've had some dud ones, but I've still always sold something and also during okay back taking time. I don't know what that says. Taking time. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Mickle Pickle said, I bought clothes from a live sale, t-shirts. One was awesome and the other was garbage. Oh, see, I'd want it to be from somebody. Now I'm remembering it. Alicia's not here tonight from Murrayed Life, but she's often here with us. She did a live sale, clothes sale like a year ago, and I bought a ton from her. But her thing was everything was cheap. Everything was like $5. So I don't know if she gets stuff really cheap where she lives. And she goes to the Benz. But that's the only live clothing sale that I've seen. I have so much stuff. Hey, Christy Blocker. Great to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And Megan, eco-friendly saver. I sell on Etsy and send my mom over there for kids' gifts. Ooh, what recommendations do you have? My son's 10. And he loves chickens. Any idea? He's awesome. He doesn't have like a big demands list. He's a pretty sheltered kid. I think he goes to a little arts charter school, so I think he doesn't realize, Torvald, like what he doesn't have. Like he plays Minecraft on his laptop, but he doesn't have a gaming setup. He doesn't have a lot of sophisticated stuff, and I don't think he really knows it. So I'm like, what do you want? He's like, I don't know. So did anyone see that really popular toy last year for Christmas, the pooping flamingo? I know that sounds really weird. Some Japanese toy. It was all sold out last year, so I got it at another time. If anyone needs a kid's toy, Mickle Pickle, the pooping flamingo, it's like $30. It is so awesome. I know that sounds so weird, but you guys, it's really something and it's good. Christy Blocker said, I bought my first box of sneakers from Jomar and I liked it. Oh, are you an affiliate? I just want to say this because I love you guys and I respect all of you and everybody, but I get a lot of comments. Saying, Quimby, I used your discount. Thank you so much. I love my box. That's the majority of what I get. And I also get a lot of questions and comments, people saying, negative stuff about Jomar and that I get better boxes. And I'm like, listen, I have so many friends. I talk to James all the time. They're not affiliates and they get great boxes. It matters what box you buy. And sometimes they're not going to be great, especially pre-owned boxes. So I really wish you do your research, people, and share if you're getting a good box and you are not some affiliate with a YouTube channel person, because it's not just us. Many people are getting amazing boxes that they love. I just want to say my piece on that. Anyway, Sarah said, I've bought from a live sale too. All great stuff. It was from Insta, but I ended up buying it on Etsy. Yeah, it matters who you buy it from. What is this, Deborah? We need to send him the chicken from Svengoolie? What is it? CamXO says, what? What is that? Hey, Annette. Annette changed her name here. If that's the same, our regular Annette. State Line Thrift on Poshmark. That's awesome. Sales were great early this month, but now sales are horrible. What do you sell? It depends what you sell too. I'm hoping I see an uptick in Nude tag sales. Oh, Sarah said it was like a $2 everything sale. Yeah, I have no interest in selling things for $2. I don't get how you do that. Hey, Kim. Cordy Plop, everyone's joining in now. We had a slow start, but it was kind of nice too having the slow start because a bunch of us got to really chat. Hello from Colorado, checking in late, but I'm here. Always glad to see you. We love having you here. Mickle Pickle, haha, the Poopling Flamingo. That sounds like a great white elephant gift. My daughter's into sharks. She wants sharks for Christmas. I know, little kids are so funny. They'll get really into something. Like they're really into something. Yeah, the Pooping Flamingo is amazing. It's hilarious. It's a pink flamingo electronic toy that poops. You feed it and it poops. It won like all these awards at the toy conventions. I tried to get it last Christmas. It was sold out, so I got it another time, and I think it's worth it. Like, it'd be so fun. Like, when I have dinner people over, I'm like, hey, let's bring out the flamingo, and we just laugh, you know? Christy said, I'm not an affiliate, and it was hard to order because I can walk into their retail store and get the items cheaper. Oh, you're right in Philly? I wonder if they'd let you do some type of video or footage. I so want to go visit Jomar in Philly. And I'm being honest to God, you guys, I don't film every box I get because I don't have the time for that. I do like 2 videos a week, but some are great, some are not. It all balances out. Hey, did you guys see my post that on Jomar on Instagram and on my video? I got a vest. And it was a black women's vest, and just the trim was genuine mink. And I looked it up, and it was so expensive. I sold for $100. Now, could I have gotten $200? Maybe, but I put it up there. Someone offered me $100 right away, and I got it in a Jomar box. So I'm like, yeah, I took that $100. Here's a good question from CamXO. I have a question. What things sell best January to March months? I've heard working out clothing does well. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's so funny. That's why on Jomar, I bought the boutique athletic wear box. The unboxing's up on my channel if you want to check it out. That's what I look for. I don't know, like athletic stuff. December, January, March, January, February goes crazy because of New Year's resolutions, which I think are great. I don't care why you do them, but if you're like, hey, it's a new year. Leslie and I did a New Year's video last year on vision boards. And I have one up on my therapy channel if you want to learn more about how to make a vision board. But I love resolutions and whatever. I don't care that it's on New Year's or whatever. I just like that people stop and reflect and say, hey. And so fitness stuff goes crazy. What do you guys think? Is there other stuff that you sell well in the winter? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Quemby, for doing this reseller live. I look forward to them. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And I love that you show up, and I know who's going to show up, and you show up, Deborah, and you're engaged and you share. And I just love having you here, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Carrie says, workout clothes and skiing apparel. Oh, and Barbara says, bathing suits used to sell great from January to March, but not last year. Well, yeah. Do you think that was pandemic related? I know that I'll be buying bathing suits soon, and I'll tell you why. You might be thinking, why January? Well, a lot of people go on vacation. I pray that it feels safe enough for me to go to Mexico this year, because every year since Torvald was 3, so the last 7 years, we go to Mexico for a week. I go to one of those all-inclusive resorts, and I just read and sit by the pool, and I snorkel, and I don't do any work, and I don't check my phone, it's the best vacation I do. I love family vacations and stuff, but this is like pure bliss. And we didn't go last year because of the pandemic. But a lot of people are taking a vacay, and they need a bathing suit. They need resort wear. So surprisingly, the other thing I've learned, plus size or larger size swimsuits do awesome, because a lot of women, curvier women, That's their exercise. They swim or they go do like a water aerobics or they walk in the pool. So I've always done really well with plus size swimsuits. Really well. And Valerie said, oh, where'd it go? Oh, definitely get your swim up before spring break. Really good point. Do you think people are going to be traveling like that, you guys, this year? Oh, and Barbara said, yes, cruising people who go on cruises. Really good tip. Really good tips, you guys. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with people because, there are a lot of people that watch these videos that are newer and just trying to find their way. Or listen, I've been reselling 10 years and I'm trying to learn all the time, so I really appreciate you guys sharing what you know. Annette said, I sell mostly pre-owned women's clothing, but some men's also. Yeah, my men's stuff does great. Oh, Sarah said it's worse than summer slowdown for me. Is someone else saying something about slow sales, Mickle Pickle? My sales have been slow, but I didn't do much listing for the last month and a half or so. So I'm hoping it'll pick up. I also started haunting the athletics section to get ready for the new year. Yeah. And you guys, Jomar has those boxes up. They've got athletic wear boxes up. So I have a link in my description. My discount code's in the description. But either way, they've got, now the best box I got was the boutique athletic because it was higher end. That's up on the channel. But they've got, you can buy leggings, you can buy sports bras, you can buy all sorts of athletic. I'm ordering those boxes like these people are saying to be ready. If you get a pre-owned box, you might get some stuff with some flaws and might not be perfect. They also have new, or you might want new with tag if you need something safer. There are safer boxes to buy from wholesale companies. Ones you've tried before, ones you've done your research on. New with tag boxes are safer. But I like the pre-owned boxes. I'm willing to take the risk because I get some bolo stuff in there that's like amazing. And then that pay, like the vest. The vest would pay for the box is $100. So I'm willing to take that risk, but don't take it if you can't. If it's too risky for you with the amount of money you have in your business, be careful. Be careful. Valerie said, I will say live sales are a lot of work on the back end. Having to send invoices and do the pirate shipping is double work. Yeah, that's a good point. I sell, I do haul videos and stuff. And so often people will be like, can I buy that? And I love selling to people. I give them a good deal, but then I have to remember to pack it up and go on PayPal and ship it myself. But you don't have the fees. Like if you sell on Poshmark is charging 20% fees. That is a high fee. If you 20%, if you can put that money in your own pocket, why not? Let's see what else. Let me see what else up here I missed. Carrie T said I made an extra $1,500 in live sales in the first 2 weeks I tried. I had a horrible one the other day and still made $126 for my hour of time. People message me when they watch the playback. So I might try that. Now, I like how Gino does it. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he'll have a few people on and each person showcases. They're like, I'm selling this. And then they have a link in the description or the chat to their store where they're selling it. So it's not just one person sitting there trying to get all the sales. So I like that too. Deborah, what is this chicken from Svengoolie? Did I miss it? Let me see if I missed it. I can look it up too, so don't worry. Barbara says, don't forget to look at inventory on auctions online. I just bought a new tag streetwear item for $2 and I should be able to sell it for $100 to $125. Yeah, streetwear. Did you guys see that hip hop box I opened? That was so fun. No, it wasn't hip hop, it was hipster. I have an unboxing up on the channel. I ordered the hipster box. I do not know what I was thinking. Like, why did I order that? For some reason, I don't know. So I'm like, what the heck is it even? And so I opened it and I did a bunch of research in the video. I love that box. I'm going to make a lot of money on that box. I got all these cool Levi's, all these cool vintage t-shirts, hipster. So streetwear is another thing like that. That's another great keyword for that genre. Streetwear people will pay a lot for. Let's see. Did I read this one from Deborah? I put a reminder note in my phone calendar to remind me to take out bathing suits in early February. That is so smart. Smart business people here. Valerie says, yes, I think people are going to travel. I believe Disney has relaxed a lot of their restrictions. And CamXO says she thinks people will be traveling. And Mickle Pickle said, I have been listing summer resort stuff, hoping people will buy for vacations. I sold a short Hawaiian dress the other day. I think they will. Spring break for me here is in March. It's so late. It's like mid-March. I wish it was earlier, like some other states have it in February. I wish I had that. Oh, Megan, the eco-friendly saver, said, I recommend book lots for 8 to 11-year-olds. My oldest likes Magic Treehouse, Harry Potter, series of unfortunate events. I have 3 girls and my boy's only 2. I'm going to take a picture of this. We've already read Magic Treehouse and Harry Potter. Right now we're reading Artemis Fowl. That's a great one about a criminal mastermind who's 13 years old, but when they're a little older. I think this is the first year that I would have let him